So I recently watched The Million Pound Note, a 1954 British comedy. It's very funny, actually, and it starred Gregory Peck, who was this hapless, penniless American who is in this snooty part of England. And the plot is basically how two rich brothers in England place this bet with each other. And the terms of the bet are basically that if they give Gregory Peck's character this £1,000,000 note, pounds as in money, not like a note that's really heavy. Yeah. Anyhow, they give him this £1,000,000 note. They set a wager with one another that in a 30-day span, he would be required to spend the money. But the other brother is saying that he could go 30 days and just having that note would be enough. He'd be able to show it around, and that would be enough to establish he was like a rich guy, and he wouldn't even need to spend any money. So that's the premise right there. Gregory Peck comes in, he's this bumbling character, he takes the wager, and then we see kind of what unfolds. And it's actually a very clever story. It's a very interesting one where we see how Gregory Peck just having this note on his person and showing it around town at, say, a restaurant or at a tailor's shop or at a hotel, he's able to get most anything that he wants without actually having to spend any money. He just shows this note. And thinking about it, this type of gimmick probably wouldn't work today. I'm not sure about the time frame. It's based on a story by Mark Twain, so I'm guessing it's somewhere in the end of the 19th century. But anyhow, it's just so you kind of know the historical setting. It's in England a long time ago, and it's a cute premise for this film, and it leads to some amusing, quirky comedy, but it also gives you stuff to think about. It's really sort of interesting because it kind of feeds into the idea of perception based on money, or perceptions based on, in this case, not actually having money, without sharing how the story actually concludes. I just wanted to bring up that this is, for Gregory Peck, who you usually associate as a serious actor, it's a surprisingly good comedy, and he does a really great job just kind of bumbling through the film and going from one unusual situation to another. You see Gregory Peck, he's sort of like this lanky Abraham Lincoln, and he's sort of the goofy American that, well, as an American you can associate with as he's walking around England. Maybe they play up some of the English, uptight, snooty stereotypes a little bit. I don't know, it was probably intentional for the film. But as you watch this film, you really do believe in Gregory Peck's character, and you really want to see him make it through this bet. So it really holds your interest. The plot's very clear, and it really does come to a very satisfying resolution at the end of the film. Now, an observation as I'm watching this, I'm thinking, if you've got a note for $1,000,000, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but wouldn't you try to keep it on your person at all times? Like in your wallet, or, if you're taking a bath, keep it nearby, because that actually turns into be one of the subplots of the film, is how quickly perceptions sour when he, at one point, loses this £1,000,000 note. So that's just part of the story. I'll let you guys watch it and check it out. But I'm just saying, if somebody gave me $1,000,000 note, I'm bringing that thing everywhere. Anyhow, the £1,000,000 note was a good, clean film. It's ideal for the whole family. Really nothing bad in it. I think there was a brief fist fight, but not very violent or anything. And it does give you some interesting themes to think about and to talk about in terms of money and the perception that it can give somebody, real or otherwise. So it's definitely worth checking out.